Hello, good afternoon. This is your News 4 Now update. I'm Kay Ingram, and we're now hearing from the nurses union on that major strike happening right now here in the city. Thousands of nurses walked off the job just before 6 this morning after a contract could not be reached before today's deadline. The two remaining hospitals without a new contract agreement are nurses at Mount Sinai's main campus on the Upper East Side and Montefiore in the Bronx. News 4's Romney Smith is at Mount Sinai on the Upper East Side with an update.
Right now, there are hundreds, potentially 1,000 nurses outside of Mount Sinai on strike right now. So many, in fact, that NYPD had to bring in barricades to regulate traffic and crowd control. Here's where we stand right now. Overnight, Mount Sinai tweeting that it was the Nursing Association that walked out of negotiations around 1 a.m., despite them offering 50 more nursing positions, no cut to benefits, and the same 19.1% salary increase that nurses at other Mount Sinai locations accepted. Hundreds of nurses, if not 1,000, are filling the sidewalks right now in front of Mount Sinai with signs, noisemakers, and chants about the strike. The nurses have been very firm in negotiations that their focus is on what they call chronic understaffing that directly impacts patient care. And a preemptive move on Friday, in fact, and now over the weekend, the most vulnerable patients, premature babies in the NICU, were moved from Mount Sinai to other hospitals to make sure they get the care they need. Nurses who are striking say they need accountability in the contract to ensure that they don't settle for an empty promise. Take a listen to what they had to say at a news conference.
Nurses don't want to strike. No. We would rather be inside, taking care of a patient, but safely, in a safe manner, not the condition they have us working for the past 5-10 years. Enough is enough, Sinai. Enough is enough.
Eric Adams weighing in, saying, quote, if there's a nurses strike, hospitals in certain areas may experience impacts to operations, including possible delayed or limited service. We encourage all New Yorkers who need to call 911 only for emergencies. Again, we will continue to follow this story and let you know exactly what happened throughout the day. Reporting on the Upper East Side, Romney Smith, News 4 New York.
Romney, thank you for bringing us the latest there. It's an active scene. We'll bring you more. Now, an art teacher in New Jersey has now been charged with overdosing in front of his students. Back in November, police say 57-year-old Frank Thompson was found unconscious inside a classroom at Roosevelt Intermediate School in Westfield. When cops arrived, they gave him Narcan, a drug used to reverse the effects of opioids. After an investigation, officials found a number of dangerous substances in the classroom closet. The woman involved in a massive GoFundMe scam has been sentenced to 3 years in state prison. Caitlin McClure was convicted on state theft charges. Prosecutors say she helped her then boyfriend spread a story about a homeless veteran giving his last $20 to help McClure when she ran out of gas on I-95 in Philadelphia in 2017. They created a GoFundMe page for the veteran that raised more than $400,000. McClure is already serving a 1-year federal sentence. In Fishkill, police are warning about scammers who are pretending to be police officers. Officers say they are targeting local businesses and companies, saying they work for the Fishkill Police Department, looking for donations. The department stresses at no time will the department sell, solicit, or make any donations by phone. So if you get a call like this, hang up, then call police. Tomorrow, recreational cannabis sales will begin in Connecticut. The industry is expected to bring in about $73 million in state revenue in just 3 years. All adults can start buying products starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Sales will be limited to 1/4 ounce of flower or equivalent per transaction. That includes edibles too. Now, these are 2 dispensaries that will open in our area, one in Stamford and another in Danbury.
And we're looking at a beautiful weather day out there. Lots of blue skies. You can see hardly any cloud cover. 42 degrees, another above average temperature day, even if only by a few degrees. Now you can see as you're planning the next several hours, keeping it nice and bright. Pack your shades if you're heading outside. Temperatures in the mid 40s. Later on this evening, if you have dinner plans, it's going to stay dry and chilly, and temperatures eventually falling back down into the 30s into the overnight, going back to a low of 35 degrees. Yeah, it's a cold night ahead, but we should be in the 20s this time of year. So we continue that trend of above average temperatures. Tomorrow, more of the same. 45 degrees your high temperature, lots of sun early on, a few more clouds later on. Do we see any real cold in the 10-day forecast? No, we don't. In fact, it gets warmer day by day, back to 50 degrees again on Thursday. Our next storm will bring rain on Friday with a high of 51 degrees. Okay?
All right, Raphael, thanks for the look at that forecast. We really appreciate it. Well, that's it for now. I'm Kay Ingram.